ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا لا لا. أتعلم أنا أتعلم. إحنا في المدرسة طلاب نتعلم ويا الأصحاب، نفتح للمستقبل باب، نحيي في الوطن التجديد. إحنا في المدرسة طلاب نتعلم ويا الأصحاب، نفتح للمستقبل باب، نحيي في الوطن التجديد. أتعلم أنا أتعلم حتى أفيد وأستفيد، وأعرف لما أتكلم إنه كلامي صح ومفيد. ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا لا ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Islam Ilbas from Ibn Khaldun Schools, and today we are going to study English World Class 5, Grade 5, Unit 12, Lesson 2, Comprehension and Vocabulary. Objectives. By the end of this lesson, students are guided to reread The Great Race of Mercy, match sentence beginnings and endings, practice vocabulary. Kindly open your People's Book, page 122. 122. Reading, Comprehension and Vocabulary. Activity 1. Match the sentence beginnings and endings. Match the sentence beginnings and endings. Before we match the sentences, the beginnings and endings, I need you to go back to the previous lesson and reread it. Reread first and match the sentences here. Number 1. Noom is a small town Great G in the north of Alaska. So Noom is a small town in the north of Alaska. Number 2. The doctor realized excellent. B. It was a terrible disease. It was a terrible disease. So the doctor realized it was a terrible disease. Number 3. Everyone hoped Great H. The dogs would succeed. So everyone hoped the dogs would succeed. Number 4. The quickest route to Nome was excellent. F. Across the bay. So the quickest route to Nome was across the bay. Number 5. Just then Leonard Sapala arrived. Great D from the north. So the complete sentence is just then Leonard Sapala arrived from the north. Number 6. His lead dog was very good. E. 12 years old Togo. So his lead dog was 12 years old Togo. Number 7. Once the whole team was stranded. Great A. On an ice floe. So the complete sentence is once the whole team was stranded on an ice floe. The last one. The doctor treated his patients very good. C. And no more people died. The doctor treated his patients and no more people died. Please check your answers. Activity 2. Talk about the answers to these questions. Talk about the answers to these questions. Question number 1. Would you like to ride in a dog sledge? Would you like to ride in a dog sledge? Why or why not? For me, yes, of course, I'd like to ride in a dog sledge because I like the snowing weather. Question number 2. Which place do you think is more dangerous? The Arctic or the desert? And give the reason. Which place do you think is more dangerous? The Arctic or the desert? The ice areas or the desert? And why? Great. For me, it's the desert. The desert is more dangerous. Why? Because there is no water in the desert. I could die without water. Question 3. What other animals help people? What do they do? What other animals help people? What do they do? Great. There are many animals that helped people. For example, dolphins. Dolphins. Some dolphins rescued people from drowning. Activity 3. Match the words from the story on the left with their opposite meanings. Match the words from the story on the left with their opposite meanings. So we are going to match the words, every word with its opposite. Opposite. Difficult. The opposite means not. Difficult means not easy. So easy is the opposite of difficult. Now let's study the words and their opposites using word wall. Safe. Safe. Great. Dangerous. The opposite of dangerous is safe. Fail. Fail. Great. Succeed. Succeed. Succeed, fail. Succeed in the exam, fail in the exam. Tiny. Tiny. Excellent. Vast. Vast. Very large. Very small. Easy. Easy. This question is easy. Easy. So the opposite of easy is difficult. This question is too difficult. Easy, I can answer this question because it's easy. Difficult, I can't answer this question because it's difficult. Thin. Thin. Great. The opposite of thin is thick. Look at this boy. He is very thick, very fat. Fat, thin, thick, thin. Live. Live. The opposite of live is great. Die. Die. Live. The next word is later. Later. The opposite of later is immediately. immediately. Do it immediately. It means start now. Do it now, immediately. Later, later. Do it tomorrow or after tomorrow, and so on. The last word is wonderful, wonderful. The opposite of wonderful is terrible. Look at these boys. They are in a terrible mess. They are in a terrible mess. Wonderful, terrible. Now, let's match the words from the story on the left with their opposite meanings. Number 1, difficult. So the opposite of difficult is great, easy, easy. Number 2, dangerous, dangerous. The opposite of dangerous is very good, safe, safe, safe. Number 3, immediately, immediately. The opposite of immediately is brilliant, is later, later. Number G. Number 4, vast, vast. The opposite of vast is great, tiny, tiny. Number 5, die, die. What's the opposite of die? Very good, live, live. Number 6, terrible, terrible. The opposite of terrible is great, wonderful. Number 7, thick, thick. So the opposite of thick is great, thin, thin. F, number F. The last word is succeed, succeed. Great. The opposite of succeed is fail, fail. Excellent. Please check your answers. Now let's move to the workbook. Kindly open your workbooks, page 113. 113. Reading comprehension and vocabulary. Activity 1. Read The Great Race of Mercy again. So I need you to reread the previous lesson again. The story of the Great Race of Mercy. Take your time. Exercise 2. Choose the best word to complete each sentence. Choose the best word to complete each sentence. So we are going to read the sentence and complete it from A or B. We will complete the sentence with A or B. Number 1. Nome is a small town in the north of America or Alaska. Nome is a small town in the north of America or Alaska. Great. The answer is Alaska. Alaska. Number two, 20 teams of husky dogs and mushers ran as a relay, race. Great. The answer is relay. So 20 teams of husky dogs and mushers ran as a relay. Number three, the newspapers and radio carried the story or the information. Excellent. The newspapers and radio carried the story. Now I need you to complete number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 as a homework. Now let's move to the last part of our lesson today, which is exercise 3. Write the words in the box next to their definitions. We have the words here and we have the definitions here. Now let's first study the words and their definitions, then go to workbook. Immediately. Great. The definition of immediately is at once, now. Do it now, immediately. Cost. What's the cost? Excellent. The coast is where the land meets the sea. So this is the coast. Mercy. What's the meaning of mercy? Excellent. Kindness. To be kind and helpful. Mercy, kindness. Realize. Great. The definition or the meaning of realize is to understand. Realize. The next word is succeed. The definition of succeed is excellent. To do something that you planned to. You planned to do something and you did it. So the definition of succeed is to do something that you planned to. Blizzard. So the definition of blizzard is very heavy snow falling. This is the blizzard. Route. The definition of route is excellent. Pathway of a journey. This is the route. This is a route. Expanse. Excellent. Very large area. Number 1. Very heavy snow falling. Great. Blizzard. Number 2. Where the land meets the sea. Excellent. This is a definition of coast, coast, coast. Now kindly complete the rest as a homework.